Today's guest is Prajakta Apte of Right Nutrition Works. She is a registered dietitian that helps people create healthier lifestyles with healing power of nutrition. She specializes in gut health and have been helping people struggling with digestive issues so they feel normal again. Topics of discussion: nutrition and gut health, Ayurveda and health, holistic healing, and detox naturally. Give a warm welcome to ever blessed Prajakta Apte. Prajakta, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing very well.
Awesome. Wonderful.
Looks very sunny over there.
It's Arizona. It's really bright and sunny all the time.
Yeah. That's one of the places. Well, I've gone to 32 states. So that's I haven't gone to all the West states yet. So that's my goal. I wanted to travel. I like to drive everywhere. So I love to travel through the West states, like the Southwest.
if you happen to come here, come on over. I would love to meet with you. Yes. That's wonderful. Yes.
Perfect. Awesome. I'll put that on my list when I get my little RV. My goal is I want to get an RV. So I'm super excited. I'm trying to invest in it. I got like a year and a half to go on my lease. That's good. My goal. So super exciting.
That's great.
So again, I wanted to thank you and welcome. Jump right into some of the things that I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
And I know that you are a functional medicine dietitian and holistic nutritionist. And I want to dive into that after these questions. And I wanted to let the listeners know more about you as well as what you do. So
Absolutely.
When did you first become passionate about your chosen field?
So I was always into nutrition. I was always into food. Even as a child, I loved cooking, helping my mom and then, kind of independently cooking few things. Then during my college days, I remember that there was a guest speaker that was invited by my college. And the lady who was a guest speaker, she shared her success story about how she recovered from her severe debilitating arthritis pain by making right food choices and making some lifestyle modifications. She shared that how she feels completely symptom free and she lives absolutely normal life. And that was like a point, or that was like a thing that when I decided, or after listening to her talk, I thought that this is it. I want to work in the field of nutrition. I want to help people achieve their health goals through the healing power of nutrition. I always strongly believe that food is a medicine, and making right food choices will definitely help heal your body. So after especially listening to her inspiring talk, it was a point where I said, this is it. This is what I want to do in my life.
It's actually a pivoting moment in your choice making of your career, and that became your passion. That is awesome. Awesome.
Absolutely. Yes.
So what living person other than family members do you most admire?
The person that I most admire is my aunt. And she is the person who has always inspired me. She is my mentor. She's my guide, not just in my professional life, but also in my personal life as well. I strongly feel that she has all the qualities that any successful woman should have. It could be determination, time management, knowledge about your field, social skills, open-mindedness, towards people, towards knowledge, towards even failure. And all these qualities always inspire me. Whenever I talk to her, she's so full of energy. I always get positive vibes. It's something that I always learn after talking to her, is what I feel. So she is the person that I most admire.
That is wonderful. So I know in different cultures, we identify auntie as a close friend of the family. Like I have friends who are from Asian community, and I was always called auntie if I was a close friend to
Correct.
on the other woman. So is that the same way that you were referencing this person as auntie?
Yes. Yes,
okay,
absolutely.
Cool.
You got it right. You absolutely right. Yep.
Wonderful, wonderful. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite thing about one of your grandparents, if you do recall?
So I have really good memories about my grandpa, my dad's dad. He was a very, very disciplined person, very punctual with anything that he used to do. We used to call him like a clock, because his daily activities, whether it is his meal times or his sleep schedule or his exercise schedule, everything used to be on the clock. And no matter what happens, whether it's a holiday, whether it's a weekend, whether it is anything, he would not change his schedule unless, of course, it's an emergency. But otherwise, he would like to stick to his disciplined daily schedule. And I feel because of his disciplined lifestyle, he was really, until the end of his life, he was extremely healthy person. At the age of 95,
Wow.
He did not have a single medication that he took. And that was really fantastic about his. Another good thing that I would say about him is time blocking. I think that's the quality I really learned from him. That you time block, you focus on what activity you are doing after that 30-minute hour time block. No matter whether or not you are completely done with it, you change the activity and do something else. And I think this is really helping me in my business, because having a business, you have to handle so many things. And of course, I'm a mom also. So on that other side of my life, mom comes first. So managing everything sometimes becomes so difficult, but time blocking is really helping me manage everything and keep me on track. So that's the best thing about my grandpa that I really love, and I'm really seeing benefits in my own life.
Wow, that's very inspirational. He was very regimented and dedicated to keeping that.
Yeah,
and the thought of having a block time. I know I've talked about that with another gentleman as a guest, that he in the morning, he takes at least 15 minutes to himself to identify what he's going to do for the day, to, prepare for the day, have a moment to just prepare for the day. And sometimes it might be meditation or just to take a couple, breaths and saying today is going to be, very encourageable, positive thinking moment for yourself. So that's beautiful. That is so awesome.
Yeah.
Knowing that you are a nutritionist and a dietitian, I wanted to ask you the question about if you had a celebrity chef, would you most like to have fix you a meal? Who would that be?
Okay, so I grew up in India. So of course, if you ask me what cuisine I like the most, I'm going to say I love Indian food. Anytime, I'm open to try different cuisines too. But after all, you just come back to your roots, as you probably even agree with me. So Indian food is my favorite, and there's a really famous celebrity chef. His name is Sanjeev Kapoor, and he is absolutely famous in India. He has won many different awards, has written many different cookbooks. He owns some really good restaurants back in India. And I would really love him to fix my meal one day.
I love Indian food. And I love spice. And and that for some reason, it's the only place that I can get such vibrant rainbow curry of all different parts of the spectrum of the rainbow. It seems like it that I know it's like, is it basmati, or I believe you do basmati. There's got to be another. I notice there's not much variety here in the States, but when I can find a restaurant that's authentic, I would prefer to have a friend that I can go to next door and be like, hey, let's have some coffee. And while you're at it, I'll come over for dinner or something and bring something. Yeah. But I love all types of dishes. The spicier, the better. It doesn't even have to be the kind of spice where you lose all taste in your mouth.
Right.
It's just the robust flavor, and it's like earthy.
Yes.
Beautiful
Right.
like burst of taste in your buds. So it's just, I love it. I love it.
Absolutely. I think that the aroma of those various spices, and if you really put it in a right proportion, as you were saying, that it will not ruin the taste of the food that you're preparing, but it will actually stimulate more saliva production in your mouth, which helps with the digestion of the food.
Yes. And it's not kind of fall into the Ayurvedic.
Absolutely. Yes. Ayurveda. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Ayurvedic. Okay. And we'll probably jump into that a little bit more. But one of my last questions that I wanted to ask of you, just to get to know you more, is what kind of challenge do you love to dig into?
So since you just mentioned about Ayurveda, this is the one that I would really love to dig into. I want to develop a well-rounded program for people, which is completely based on Ayurvedic principles. And I'm not familiar how many people are familiar with this Ayurveda as a medicine, but eating an Ayurvedic way, where the principle of Ayurveda is completely based on prevention of the disease. Basically, you do not wait until you have symptoms, but you be proactive so that you don't experience any symptoms. And it's a complete different medical science. It's the oldest medical system that was originated in India. And I am a strong believer in Ayurveda. I myself have experienced some positive things in my own health when it comes to eating Ayurvedic way or using some of their principles in my own life. So I would like to develop a program for people which is completely based on Ayurvedic principle. It will also address not just the nutrition piece, but also address the various techniques of stress management and meditation and various breathing practices, natural ways of detoxifying your body, not just the physically, but even mental detoxification, also improving relationships in your life, kind of how to develop a positive mindset towards your overall life so that it will help to connect your body and mind, and it will make you a healthy individual, not just physically, but even mentally.
That is awesome. Because I was also going to mention just quickly to the listeners that you have many programs that are amazing to look into on your website. You have one specifically on gut health, weight loss, detox, as well as Ayurvedic, autoimmune disorders, menu planning, and you have an ebook that's free as well for people who wanted to go onto your website. Now, can you tell me exactly what type of, because I know this is like one of the things that a lot of people have questions on, like what types of conditions does a nutritional consultation, what does it do for them? How does that help them?
So nutrition can make a positive change in your life for many different conditions. I see commonly people coming to me, weight loss management, that's a big one, diabetes, for improving your kidney function and correcting your kidney function. Nutrition plays a huge role. Various autoimmune conditions, nutrition plays a role in that as well. But my niche or my specialty is really helping people who are struggling with gut problems, symptoms like gas, bloating, indigestion, heartburn, diarrhea, constipation. I really love to help those people who are struggling with gut problems, help them reconnect with their gut so that they can be symptom free. They can enjoy their life. They can, go out and eat that they enjoy the most. Because a lot of times people who are having a gut problem, they always have that fear. They always have scare to go out and eat. They think that they cannot enjoy the food that they used to do before. Or some people have always told me that, we don't step out of the house because we don't know where the closest bathroom is. And, if you think about it this way, for those people, it's really a problem. And I can see that what kind of fear they might have in their head. So it definitely becomes their life very stressful. So definitely helping them get over all these symptoms is what I really love to do.
Because as you were speaking, I have had gut problems previously. As I was starting to do more research as to why, I found out that I was a lot of stress in my life. I was not sleeping very well. I wasn't exercising, and I was in a very toxic relationship, which of course that depends with my moods, my depression, stress, just completely frazzled emotionally. And I noticed that I was starting to get IBS from all it, but I didn't know what it was. And it was to the point where I was in the corner crying because I was in so much pain. I was fetal position as to find, why did it hurt so bad? And this was around the time that I was switching over from vegetarian to vegan. And I was still kind of like in the vegetarian lifestyle. And as I was doing more research, I found out that it had something to do with that, as well as it had to do with the types of products of the animal products in my digestive system were affecting me. And they also stated that I was not to have coffee, particular sodas irritates the lining of your intestinal tract or your gut area. So that helped out a lot.
The foundation of Ayurveda is based on the what is called as body constitution, and it is called dosha, body dosha. Basically, what Ayurveda believes that every individual, when individual is born as a baby, they have one of these three doshas. There are three main doshas that have been identified called Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. And every individual has all three doshas. However, one particular dosha is prominent. Sometimes it is two, but most of 98% of people, they have one dosha prominent, and that is your main dosha. So I am a combination of Vata and Pitta, but even in that, my Pitta is prominent and Vata is like a sub-dosha. And if I try to have the foods in my diet, if I keep my lifestyle in such a way which will help balance my Vata and Pitta, then for the most part, I will be considered as a healthy individual. I will be in good mood. I will be symptom-free. I will be pain-free. But if things change for whatever reason, if I'm traveling a lot, if I'm not sleeping on time, if I try to eat something that I'm not supposed to be, then it occurs an imbalance in my doshas. So my sub-dosha can become prominent. So in my case, I would give example as my kapha will become prominent. And when that happens, I get into a dosha imbalance, and that's where I try to, or I experience symptoms. And that symptoms could be, again, vary from person to person. Some people start to have extremely poor energy or fatigue or headaches or constipation or like joint pain. So that changes again, depending on what is the weakest link in your body. But the principle is based on you try to eat Ayurvedic way. So you try to choose the foods that will maintain your prominent dosha in balance. And as long as you do that, then you will be symptom free. You will be a healthy individual.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. That opens up my mind and understanding more about it. Now, I know that our bodies go through different stages, specifically women. As they get older, they go through the changes of puberty, adulthood, elder age, where they're in a premenopause, menopausal stage. Now, is this something that you would have to constantly reevaluate at every stage of life to make sure that everything stays in balance when you're dealing with the particular Ayurvedic or with your, because I know that's probably going to be with the majority of your programs, you would have to reevaluate based on if they have gut situation, if their weight loss has been successful, or if there's a little iffy where you said that they're not sleeping enough, or they're not getting the proper eating habits. They're eating something that's not supposed to be eaten. or they have an autoimmune disorder and they need to make sure that they're still on the proper path or whichever, how that is. Now, do you go and follow up or reevaluate with your client to make sure that they stay on path?
Yes, absolutely. So as a client comes to me, things change from time to time. So if there is one type of plan of care that has been discussed and explained to my client in his or her first visit, that may not remain the same throughout their healing journey. And that will keep changing. So if someone comes back to me for a follow-up, depending on what they are currently undergoing, if they have done a major traveling, or if they have a lot of stress in their life related to job or any personal thing, like someone is undergoing divorce and they have tremendous stress about it. So the plan of care will keep changing. The nutrition will keep changing. The lifestyle modifications that I possibly have explained that person during his or her first visit will change. So it's not a one size fits all approach. Neither it is the same protocol that you have to follow along throughout your healing journey. It doesn't work that way. It has to be customized. It has to change frequently depending on what current nutritional status you are undergoing, what is your stress level. Everything needs to be considered. And that's why I strongly believe in holistic approach. You just don't want to focus just in nutrition. I know that that's one of the important, kind of a puzzle piece in this puzzle, but there are other things also. And mind-body connection is what I strongly believe in. So you need to, change your approach accordingly.
Yes, exactly. Because not only are you dealing with the medicine, you deal with the holistical side. So So you also have on your website that you have a free 2-day online workshop to fix your gut. Now, how long will you have this for everyone, if anyone is interested? And do you have any other upcoming events?
So I do this workshop. It's a completely free workshop for 2 days, and it's usually in the evenings for about 30 minutes. I do that every 6 to 8 weeks, and this is specifically designed for people struggling with gut issues. As I already said before, that's my most favorite area of working. That's my specialty, my expertise. So this is for people struggling with gut problems. And we, of course, talk about what strategies you can implement right away to help yourself with some of those symptoms to be relieved. I also discuss about what common mistakes most people make, and you need to avoid those, and how you avoid those so that you don't feel stuck in your healing journey. You keep a progress in your healing journey. So it is open to everyone. My website has a link. So anyone who's interested can sign up, and I would love to have you over for this workshop.
Yes, absolutely. So could you tell the listeners exactly what that website is, and if you have any other ways of connecting with your listeners outside?
Sure. So there are a couple ways you can reach out. Best way will be to go to my website, www.rightnutritionworks.com, and sign up. There is a sign up button on the homepage, and a form will pop up. You just fill your information and you will get a confirmation right away once you register. The other way of registering is you can call my office at 623-556-3886, and my assistant will help you sign up for this event. So 2 easy ways: one, my website; the other one is my phone number. Nutrition is a key in your health, and a lot of times we ignore it because we are either too busy to make some healthy food choices, or a lot of times we say that that's not on my priority list, whatever that reason is, but make sure that you are listening to your body, you are incorporating healthy food choices, even if not 100%. Try to do your best. There are days that you will do good, and there are days that you probably won't do that good, and it's okay. But as long as you keep a watch on your body and listen to your body, because I feel that your body is constantly telling you something. And if we can listen to those cues, then you can really prevent something big happening to your health, and you can take a right action right away. So, nutrition is the key, and make sure that what you put in your mouth, you are very mindful about it.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful pleasure having you. Thank you so much, Prajakta. It's been an honor, and hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I will definitely stay in touch with you.
Absolutely. And you have a great holiday weekend as well.
Yes, you too. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Noise Paloo Zion podcast. I'm Jasmine Castillo, also known as DJ Jim Jam. If you are wanting to be promoted on my podcast, please reach out to me if you are a small business, entrepreneur, musician, or artist. www.jasminecastillovoice.com. Stay tuned for the next upcoming episode.